So today, you join me while I'm wrecking your walk. That means I'm going checking out the routes alright for a walk I'm leading on Saturday. Today's November 14th. And if you can see up there in the distance, right up there, we're going to be walking up there shortly. Right up there, past that windmill over there. Right up the back of the hills up there and back down to here. Catch up with you in a while. So, right in front of us, there's some metal gates. That was Tetrasil's mill, which was something else before that. Now it's going to be housing. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, I grew up round here. This was all my playground when I was a child. You just still see the walls there, and a big old stone mill. Like I said, it was Tetrasil's. Used to be a big rhododendron bush here that we used to make dens in. That's gone. It's a long time since I walked along here. Probably 30 years. Not a long time since I ran this estate, as this is the estate where my dad lived until he passed away earlier in the year. So we're just passing the Walmersley Conservative Club here, and this little path takes us down over a bridge over the reservoir and up an hill to a stile, and we're going further uphill too. There's a little bridge over there, I don't know if you can see it, goes over a stream. I don't remember that as a child. And a duck on the reservoir there. And you see the houses there, the conservatory's on. My dad's house was behind them, and you'll probably be able to see it from higher up the hill. We're going to climb that hill now, up there. It's bringing back memories. There's a few alterations, like from when we used to play around here. I mean, this was our playground, and like all around here. We used to play army around here. They were great. So these steps went here then in them days, and there wasn't even a fenced footpath. It was just an open field. Right, as I'm just tripped up, try and get up the steps whilst showing you where I'm going to catch up with you a bit later on while I climb this big hill. That's a bit of luck. The style's been done away with, like that. Used to be a style here. Yeah, so looking over there now, you see Levy's going past. The house raised up at the back was my dad's. Right, let's carry on up here. So here I am, up in the fields, bumping into a lady with a dog, and just stood down to chat for a few minutes. She was telling me that she bumped into some walkers the other week. The person leading it had missed the public footpath, and obviously not done a recce because she didn't know where the public footpath was. So it's pays to do a recce, even though you can tell I'm getting out of breath because we're still climbing, and I'll go do this all over again on Saturday. But I could have done it the other way around, where it's not a steep going up, and we'd have walked down this way. But then we've got that big uphill climb when we get to Walmersley Road back to the pub for a quarter mile. So this way we're walk downhill at the start, and we'll be walking downhill at the finish. Catch up with you in a bit. All that's changed. There were no wall there and bushes last time I come along here. Another thing, I knew the golf course was here, but it wasn't here years and years ago. And there's another golf course on that side. Cobbles. Surprised these haven't been ripped up by somebody. It's surprisingly warm for November. Like I said, it's 14th of November today. In fact, it's somebody that's appeared on my channel a good few times over the last 4 months' birthday. That'd be Smithy, Bailey's dad. Happy birthday, Smithy. If you're watching, obviously when you see this your birthday will have gone, but I hope you have a great day anyhow. And we're going to cross over the M66 motorway now, and I'm exhausted, but I know when I get to the highest point, which is about 2/3, well, about halfway around the walk, it's downhill the rest of the way. About half a mile along there, half a mile, 3/4 of a mile along the motorway around the bend, the motorway passes over a lane we'll be walking under. So on this walk I'll have walked over and under the motorway. The part we're coming up to now is the part I really needed to make sure was still accessible, because it's a long time since I walked along here and who knows what happens. This is Walmersley Golf Club, which the other golf club I showed you with the lake in middle of. is the same golf course, and I was a playing member here. I'm a social member here. Having said that, can't remember the last time I went. Oh yes, I can. Went for the wake of my dad's funeral back in January, February sometime. I think it ended January. So we're climbing up now. I can see a golfer. It's getting a bit muddy now, so I better watch where I'm going and not watch the golfers. You really walk like this on your own, and you've not been out on your own for a while. So I suggest you do it with a group. I usually walk with the Rosendale Ramblers, and I know this walk I can manage because I've walked on a lots like it and probably worse for going up hills. But if you do come out on your own, it's worth having the What 3 Words app on your phone, because if you do get in difficulties and you do have a signal, how are you going to explain to somebody where you are? Whereas with What 3 Words, it does it to, I think it's a 3 metre square, so they know where you are, so within 3 metres. So well worth having the What 3 Words app on your phone if you're going walking, especially on your own. I'm quite surprised with the amount of rain we've had over the last week or two. It's not wetter than this. Anyhow, we're going on to tarmac again in a second. Tarmac. Shortly we're going to walk past the pig farm, so it's a good job we don't have smelly vision, because it will smell. The road would take us back down to another area I lived at, which was Chesham, which is where Sharon and I were living when we first got married. But this is going to take us up through the pig farm, onto Castle Road, onto Scotland Lane, and through towards Buckhurst. When we set off, I mentioned like a wind turbine on the hill and said we're going to walk by it. Well, there it is. We've done up to now. We've been walking 32 minutes and we've done 1.25 miles. Started to flatten out again, and it's just gently climbing from now on, and it's mostly tarmac roads for the next mile or so. So we're coming up to the pig farm. Well, I think it's a pig farm. It smells like a pig farm. It could be a chicken farm because it does smell foul, but you don't know because they're all in the buildings, which makes me think it could be a chicken farm and not a pig farm. Anyhow, it's a farm of some description and we are walking through it. With all the warnings on the doors and the foot dips, it's more like chickens. I'm here steadily and gently past the back of the farm now. It stinks, it really does. I think the ramblers are in for a treat coming past here. And it's going to clear the sinuses. Oh look, a little puddy cat. Hello puddy cat. How are you? You alright there? Alright, little guy. So you can see a wall up there and some trees. We're going to be walking along there shortly. I think it will be fair to say that I've actually spent most of my life in this area up to about 8 years ago when we moved to Brandleston. Because if you walk down that road there, which is Castle Hill Road, for about a mile and a half, you come to Jericho and Fairfield. I was born in Jericho. Fairfield Hospital is up there. I wasn't born in the hospital, I was born at home. But yeah, so that's about a mile and a half that way. I'm really enjoying this walk. I've dreaded doing it because it's the first time I've walked out in the countryside on my own ever. Yeah, I come out with the ramblers. I love being at the back. I do back marking most of the time, so this is going to be a first for me leading. But I've just dreaded it. But I'm out now. I'm enjoying myself. It's a lovely walk. A bit uphill, but we're nearly at the top. Morning. And just past a friendly mountain biker. So yeah, I've enjoyed it. I am enjoying it. And we're nearly at the highest point. So I'll catch up with you a bit. I said we were down there and I pointed to the camera this way. I said, well, we're going walking along there. Well, we were down there near them big sheds. And there's the turbine again. I think I missed it, put my coat on. It's rather hot. It might not look waterproof, but it is waterproof. But it's lined as well. I also brought my woolly hat, but I haven't got that on. So it's pouring out of me. Still climbing, but it's only a gentle climb. And that's why I did it this way. Get the hard bit out in the first mile or so, and then the rest of it's a gentle climb up, and then a gentle downhill until we get back to the car. More golfers over there. Or they come, no, they're the greenkeepers. Again, back in the day when I was a kid, I used to come around here. The golf club didn't come all the way down here either. So it's been extended a fair bit. Oh, way up there's a car coming. Ooh. Yeah, so it's not that isolated, even though I'm away from anywhere. There's still cars coming up and down. Well, one or two. I think that second one that's passed me since I left the main roads. Birtle Edge Farm. This is two houses. This is one side, and there's another one at the other side. I did work in this one some time ago. I'm guessing the people who live there now have either moved somewhere near a family or they've gone up to heaven. So there's a big bungalow coming up on the right that's been well extended over the years. I'll show you the front of it in a minute. Birtle Edge House. Back in the 50s, 60s, it was a children's home, and then from it being a children's home, the Mr. and Mrs. Woods took it over, the father of Victoria Wood. So Victoria Wood spent some of her childhood in this house. Unfortunately, you can't see it. Oh, there it is. And there you can just about see it. So Victoria Wood spent some of her childhood in that house. I don't know exactly how much, and I can't tell you the exact dates, but she did live there for some time. Right, another 15 metres, we'll be at the highest point on our walk, and we'll have climbed 443 feet. We're somewhat like 723 feet above sea level. There's Walmersley Golf Club clubhouse. You see the motorway in the distance. Well, that's where the bridge is that we're going to be going under before arriving back at the Arts and Angle where my car's parked. Some sheepsies. Yeah, so it's all downhill from here, and I'll catch up with you in a while further along the walk at the next junction. Right then, another part of the walk that I wanted to make sure is still intact for walking is going to take us to that house over there on the hill, which is going out towards Buckhurst. It's looking good. In fact, I think, oh, it's a bird. I thought I could see people walking along the path, but it's a bird. Anyhow, the path's looking good, so we're going to go on down it. If you're interested over there, that's Ashworth Moor, or Ashworth Valley. The windmills you can see up there are up on Scout Moor, and Ashworth Valley, we go up that lane there. Actually, I think if you go across that lane there, there's a public footpath over the hill and into Ashworth Valley. When we pass the house up there, it's you're going up towards Buckhurst, and in Buckhurst, back in the 70s, you used to have pop festivals, and you used to quite often when they had the pop festivals on, see people walking up there like dressed like hippie style, because I don't know if they still call them hippies these days, but back in the day they were hippies, and they used to be walking up with the tents and the sleeping bags and everything and other things which we won't mention on this channel, to the pop festival. There, I see people again. Don't look like your typical walkers though, I know. So, as I was saying, yeah, used to get some of my mates used to go up and after. I never actually went up. I think the closest I went was I ventured to within half a mile of where they were and peered down at the camp, but they were all sleeping because they've been up all night. I know, enough of my rabbiting, and we'll carry on with the walk. When I said it rolled downhill from here, I forgot. It does actually drop down a little here, so we have to climb back up, but only for 100 yards, and then it's all downhill. It could be wet feet time. Don't really want to get my new boots dirty, but if I have to, I have to. Right. Yuck. Not too bad. Thought I was going to get wet feet, but well, hopefully I won't get wet feet, because these are nice new walking boots. I got leather ones so that I didn't get wet feet, because my other walking boots are the suede material type things, and even though they're supposed to be waterproof, my feet get very wet. So I treated myself to some new boots. So this is their first outing out. However, I have used them if I work for a day, just to make sure they didn't hurt me or anything, because I was working in somebody's garden. So hang on, here's that bit of a hill. I remember that years ago, it was just a ruin. It's been done up really nice, that. Look at this garden. Whew. You can tell I've been climbing again, a bit out of breath. Oh, in a minute I'll have a gander. So you see the trees there, the telegraph poles. You can see the turbine in the distance going round. We've just walked along here. You can see right into the distance down there the golf courses, which is, we walk past the golf courses. Again, if you see this farmhouse here, just follow it right along. You can see one of the first farmhouses we passed. Down there is the estate we walked through, and round about where there's some white things on the side of the motorway there, that's where the pub is, where we've parked. And up to now we've been walking 1 hour 5 minutes, and we've done 2.62 miles. Rain, girls? I think you might be right. Forecast weren't for rain though, so I don't know what's going on. But you girls know better than the weathermen, don't you? Right, so going off straight on now, that takes us up to Buckhurst, and if we carried on walking we'd come to Owdbecks, but we're going to turn left here and start heading downhill. Hello, moo cows. And as I said, it's downhill. To be renovating this farm here now. It used to be a proper working farm. It doesn't look like it anymore. Look at them birds. Wow, look at that. That's amazing, isn't it? That Mount Estate. Wow. Wow, that's changed since our last year. It was a working farm. and now it looks like it's going to be a big private house. Public footpath, no horse riding. Public footpath, no horse riding. Yeah, so if you carry on up that way, fetches you round through Buckus village, and then takes you around and brings you out on the road that I said was going up to Buckus, where we turned off. Now, coming down here on our right, there's a woods with lots of rhododendrons in it. I know the place I used to play when I was a kid, and it's we used to call it Bluebell Woods. I don't know what its actual woods called, but we used to call it Bluebell Woods. And we have some walkers coming towards us. From what I remember, there's a public footpath through there somewhere that it takes you out and fetches up towards Nangreaves. But that's not the way we're going. I don't know if you can hear it and see it, but there's a little stream running down there. Oh look, there's somebody walking down it as well, with a dog. Can you see him? Just in the bottom there, next to the stream. Nice little houses up there. I don't know whether it's one house or two houses. It might be three houses, who knows? Oh, there's another one over there. Steps through the wall. Now I could cope with that, as long as on the other side there's steps as well. It just might look to climb over the other side, it'd be a big drop and fall off. If I remember rightly, there's a bit of a ruin of a mill here as well when I was growing up, and so that seems to have gone now. So the road off to the left there, that takes us to Walmersley Golf Club, and directly ahead there, that's the motorway again, which I said to you we passed over earlier on in the walk, and I said like we'll pass under it again, and this is where we're going past under it. Yep, we're getting back towards civilization. The cars are coming, people are walking. Some people really tickle me. She's there, she's walking, she's a young lady with a baby in a pram, walking down a road. It's obviously got traffic coming along it, with her back towards the traffic, wearing earphones, so she's not going to hear the traffic. And furthermore, if somebody decided to mug her, she ain't going to hear them either. What a silly thing to do, walk around with earphones on. I know, we're going under the motorway now. And you know the good thing about that is that means I'm less than a quarter mile from my car. And as I say, wasn't looking forward to the walk, especially because I was doing it on my own. but I've really enjoyed it. So I'll see you back at the car. Somebody's little allotment. I remember that house being built over there. Coming up on the right is it looks like a house now. Used to be the Mason's Arms. That's where I spent most of my youth, well, not my youth, but my drinking time when I lived in this area. But now it looks like somebody's private house. Oh dear, somebody hasn't picked up. Oh, looks like they might be building another house. That used to be the car park for the Mason's Arms. Yep, walked down here many times on my way up from the pub. Never drunk. Never got that drunk that I never knew what I was doing. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I might have told you 1 or 2 times, but I really enjoyed it. Right, back at the car. Stop the map my walk. Right, we've covered 3.72 miles and I've been out 1 hour and 34 minutes. And I said it's here at 443 feet gain. We actually gained 357 feet. And I've done 9,339 steps. An average pace of 25.20. Right, if you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't done already, if you could subscribe, that'd be wonderful. And if you do subscribe, then hit the notification icon, that way you get notified when we put more videos out. All that's left to say is goodbye.